Well, Zach, I see you already have lesson 13 open there. That's where we're starting today in question 2. But first, time for a brief review. We'll just ask question 1 again from last time. Is all religion good?
No, because some religions support doing bad stuff, and then some religions teach lies about God.
Very good. Nicely stated. Let's dig into question 2. My question is, what is the good news about religion? Let's start with paragraph 1. Would you like to read that?
Sure, it says, happily, God is not deceived by religions that claim to love him, but are really in love with Satan's world. God's world refers to all false religion as Babylon the Great. Babylon was the ancient city where false religion began after the flood of Noah's day. Soon, God will bring a sudden end to religion that deceives and oppresses mankind.
Thank you. See, we have those few Greek scriptures there. Let's turn to Revelation 17. And in Revelation 17, we'll see a little bit more about Babylon the Great, as was mentioned in the paragraph. I'll read 1, 2, and 5 to start us off. It says there, one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, come, I will show you the judgment on the great prostitute who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed sexual immorality, and earth's inhabitants were made drunk with the wine of her sexual immorality. And drop down to verse 5. On her forehead was written a name, a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of the prostitutes and of the disgusting things of the earth. Now first here, Zach, we see that word prostitute mentioned several times. That's talking about spiritual prostitution, where true religion is being contaminated with false beliefs. So the accuracies in the Bible are being contaminated. So thinking about that, what is the prostitute? Did you catch the name of the prostitute there?
Babylon the Great, so that was identified in the paragraph that is false religion.
Very good. Let's continue on with verses 16 and 17, if you could read those.
Sure. It says, and the 10 horns that you saw in the wild beasts, these will hate the prostitute and will make her devastated and naked, and they will eat up her flesh and completely burn her with fire. For God put it into their hearts to carry out this thought, is to carry out their one thought by giving their kingdom to the wild beasts, until the words of God will have been accomplished.
All right, let's wrap up this thought by reading verse 8 in chapter 18. It says, that is why in one day her plagues will come, death and mourning and famine, and she will be completely burned with fire, because Jehovah God, who judged her, is strong. So Zach, who causes this destruction of Babylon the Great, and how quickly does it come about?
Well, it says that God was the one making the people who would destroy her do it so that be Jehovah, and then it said that she would be completely burned up in one day, so it would be pretty fast.
Yes, it would definitely quickly come about. How do you feel about false religious destruction?
I suppose since false religion is involved in some bad stuff and teaches lies about God, that it'd be a good thing, right?
Yes, good things to come, removing that unrighteousness. Let's move on to our second paragraph here. I'll read it. It says, there is more good news. Jehovah has not forgotten the sincere people who are scattered among false religions worldwide. He is uniting such people by teaching them the truth. Look at that scripture there in Micah. Turn there. It's Micah chapter 4, 2 and 5. And we'll see a little bit more about these people. If you'd like to read those.
Sure, they say. And many nations will go and say, come, let us go to the mountain of Jehovah and to the house of the God of Jacob. He will instruct us about his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For law will go out of Zion, and the word of Jehovah out of Jerusalem. And 5, for all the peoples will walk, each in the name of its God, but we will walk in the name of Jehovah our God, forever and ever.
Thank you. So, is it from one nation that these sincere people respond?
No, it said many nations.
Yeah, all people. So thinking about this, Jehovah pulling out of all these nations, all corners of the globe, all these different facets of false religion, him rescuing them and drawing them to the truth, what qualities which of God's qualities is displayed by that?
Maybe like love and appreciation, because it shows love for people who are actually sincere and want to know God Him and serve Him in an acceptable manner.
Yes, excellent point, Zach. You have to remember, too, that you're one of these sincere people. He's drawing you with that love as well. So let's wrap it all up. Let's ask our question again. What is the good news about religion?
That false religion is going to be destroyed, and that He's going to rescue and